Hello and welcome. I'm Mccasland and this is my channel. Today we're doing an update of sorts on General Mccasland, but this time it has to do with two other scientists who have recently been murdered. Is there a connection? Are the police looking into a connection? Let's get started. On December 15th, MIT professor was shot. His name was Nuno Loureiro, and he was spending a quiet evening at home in his Brookline, Massachusetts home with his wife, his children, and their grandmother when he was shot to death last December. The report describes how on December 15th, Loureiro and his wife were making dinner in the kitchen while his daughters played cards in the living room. They heard the doorbell ring at about 8:30 p.m., and Loureiro's 12-year-old daughter told police that she got up to check who it was, which was when her dad followed behind her and told her to come back into the house. The daughter said she saw a man who appeared to be carrying a package in the lobby of the building. She said he was not wearing gloves. She went back inside the home, and that's when she heard 3 or 4 gunshots. The report says that the girl ran back to the entry foyer and found that her father was laying on the ground. She also saw the suspect get into a car that was parked on the street and drive away. Surveillance footage also shows that the suspect's vehicle was circling the street several times prior to the shooting. Loureiro was a renowned nuclear scientist and engineering professor who had recently been named director of MIT's Plasma Science and Fusion Center. One woman who worked with Loureiro said that he had research contacts with the Department of Energy, although she was not clear if he had any top secret clearance or if he was doing any work with the Department of Defense. In the moments after the shooting, the perpetrator and his vehicle was caught on a Yankee bus dashboard camera with its headlights and its taillights off. It was later seen driving west on Route 20 in Watertown and at Waltham gas station near I-95 junction. Police say that the suspect died by his own hand the next day in a storage unit in Salem, New Hampshire. In mid-February of 2026, a 29-year-old Yano man was in custody, charged with killing a Caltech astrophysicist after carjacking his own relative's car and burglarizing a home. Los Angeles County sheriffs say that 67-year-old Carl Grimoire was found shot to death on the porch of his home in rural Yano. Deputies had arrested Freddie Snyder later in the day for carjacking and soon linked him to Grimoire's shooting. A motive for the shooting has not been released, and detectives do not believe that the two men knew each other. Snyder had also been arrested in December after trespassing on Grimoire's property while carrying a rifle. Grimoire had worked at Caltech as an astronomer and an astrophysicist for 30 years. 26 years of those were with fellow scientist Sergio Fajardo Acosta, who was quoted as saying, "What was unique about Carl, and he is irreplaceable, was the ingenuity and the creativity, applying methods that nobody had ever thought of before, a very unique detective-type method." Fajardo Acosta said he was extremely hardworking, extremely creative, and the most generous individual one could imagine. Grimoire was renowned for his studies on the collisions of galaxies and the search for water on planets outside our solar system. The field of astronomy has lost a great figure, said Fajardo Acosta. There is still no information regarding General Mccasland. Lieutenant Kyle Woods of the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office said at a news conference that they couldn't differentiate from heat signatures and the heat coming from the rocks, that the mountain was just lit up like a candle. Now they're saying that it's possible that his death was foul play.